India has responded sharply to Pakistan Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif's UNGA speech, accusing him of glorifying terrorism. Indian diplomat Petal Gehlot has rejected Sharif's claims. She's gone on to call them absurd theatrics and highlighted Pakistan's history of harboring terrorists. She's also recalled the attack on tourists in Jammu and Kashmir on April 2025, for which Pakistan blocked accountability. Gehlot also referenced India's Operation Sindoor, which targeted terror camps in Bahawalpur and Muridke. Addressing Sharif's comments on the May conflict, Gehlot also went on to dismiss his account, pointing to the damage inflicted on Pakistani air bases by the Indian Air Force. Sharif, meanwhile, has accused India of violating international law and exploiting the Pahalgam tragedy for political gains, also making an unverified claim about Pakistan's victory over India in aerial combat.
Mr. President, this assembly witnessed absurd theatrics in the morning from the Prime Minister of Pakistan, who once again glorified terrorism that is so central to their foreign policy. However, no degree of drama and no level of lies can conceal the facts. This is the very same Pakistan which, at the UN Security Council on 25th April 2025, shielded the Resistance Front, a Pakistani-sponsored terror outfit, from the responsibility of carrying out the barbaric massacre of tourists in the Indian Union territory of Jammu and Kashmir. Mr. President, a country long steeped in the tradition of deploying and exporting terrorism has no shame in advancing the most ludicrous narratives to that end. Let us recall that it sheltered Osama bin Laden for a decade, even while pretending to partner in the war against terrorism. Its ministers have just recently acknowledged that they have been operating terrorist camps for decades. It should come as no surprise that once again this duplicity continues, this time at the level of its Prime Minister.
In May this year, my country confronted unprovoked aggression from our Eastern Front. The enemy came shrouded in arrogance. We sent them back in humiliation, delivering our bloody nose. Excellencies, India sought to extract political gains from a human tragedy by spurning my sincere offer of an independent international investigation into the Pahalgam incident. Instead, it attacked our cities and targeted our innocent civilians. When our territorial integrity and national security were violated, our response was in accordance with the right of self-defense under Article 51 of United Nations Charter. Our valiant armed forces, under the stellar leadership of Field Marshal Syed Asim Munir, mounted an operation of stunning professionalism, bravery and acumen. Repulsing the enemy's attack under Air Chief Marshal Zahir Babar Sidhu, our falcons took flight and etched their answer across the skies, resulting in 7 of the Indian jets turned to scrap and dust. A decisive response. Excellencies, we have won the war, and now we seek to win peace in our part of the world. And this is my most sincere and serious offer before this august assembly of the world nations. Pakistan stands ready for a composite, comprehensive and result-oriented dialogue with India on all outstanding issues.
Prime Minister Sharif, when are you going to stop cross-border terrorism? When are you going to stop cross-border terrorism, Pakistan Prime Minister?
Cross-border terrorism, we are defeating them.
India is defeating you, Pakistan Prime Minister.
Well, Pakistan might just go on to accuse India of some amount of heckling on part of the press, but he did respond to that question that was posed to him. When are you going to stop cross-border terrorism? My colleague Siddhant Mishra is joining us on the broadcast. Siddhant, apt answer that's already come from the Indian side over the speech of Pakistan Prime Minister at the UNGA. We have seen how Indian diplomat Ms. Petal Gehlot has responded to each and every claim that has been made while at the UNGA. And this latest clip that we just put out, a response to a query by an Indian journalist. How does one see Pakistan's position at the moment on the global stage?
Well, look, India has exercised its right to respond at the United Nations. In fact, First Secretary Petal Gehlot spoke to Shehbaz Sharif at the United Nations, and perhaps India's position, she explained India's position and had put forth India's point of view, countering to what Shehbaz Sharif said yesterday. In fact, Petal said that, this assembly witnessed absurd theatrics by the Pakistani Prime Minister. She did mention that how Pakistan shielded TRF. She also explained country's long-standing position of no mediation, and how Pakistan had sheltered Osama bin Laden. In fact, their ministers acknowledged that terror camps operate in Pakistan. In fact, she did, counter the claims made by Shehbaz Sharif that they won the war. So, to which she said that till 9th May, Pakistan was threatening more attacks on India. On 10th May, it was Pakistani army which needed ceasefire. So, there are 2-3 key takeaways, Greha. One, that India stated its position that there was no mediation which ever took place to stop the war. It was Pakistani army which pleaded the ceasefire. Second, India again exposes Pakistan on the international stage, that how Pakistan has been harboring, supporting and funding the terror camps to unleash attacks on India. And third, and the most important, the theatrics which was witnessed by the Assembly at the United Nations General Assembly. Perhaps Shehbaz Sharif and the Pakistani leadership is overconfident these days because of their renewed friendship with the United States. So they are making bizarre claims. They are making false claims. They again baked the Kashmir issue, etc., etc. So it was very important for India to put forth India's viewpoint, India's position, long-standing position of India, and also to tell the world who exactly won the war, not to believe in what Shehbaz Sharif said yesterday. So this has been the old toolkit of Pakistan after getting defeated each time around in wars. They claim victory over Indian forces. They build narrative in their own country for their own people that we have won the war, we have defeated Indian forces, and in every war which they fought against India, they have done it. And this time around also they are doing it. This time around, I would say that they have the backing of the United States because of the deal that they have managed to crack with the Trump administration by giving him credit for the ceasefire. And in fact, yesterday also Shehbaz Sharif praised President Trump for his leadership for getting the ceasefire done between India and Pakistan. So that perhaps has resulted in more cooperation and understanding between Pakistani leadership and the Trump administration. So Pakistan is in dilemma that they have entered the game, the global game, global high table. They have entered they have entered the game. But the fact is that they are being misused. They are being used by the Western powers, and they are still the pawn in the game. This game belongs to somebody else.
Right. Thank you so much for that, Siddhant.